Right now, it's common for even public schools to be quite demanding on parents, to push them in any way that they can, legally do, and to peer pressure them to be involved with their kids' education. It might be pushing them to be parent helpers in the classroom during the day. Often it's pushing them to help drive for a field trip. And many times it's also having parent-teacher conferences during times of the day that are not necessarily convenient. And I don't blame the schools for doing this. This is a good thing and it's a positive thing, and they're doing it based on science. The years and years of research demonstrate a clear correlation between higher student test scores, better graduation rates, better outcomes when it comes to higher education with parental engagement. There's nobody out there who doubts this science, and it's very, very well established. And this type of parental engagement is particularly important for English learners and students from low-income neighborhoods. But it's very tough for blue-collar Californians to participate at a child's school. It's very tough to take that time off and make the tough decision of, do you pay the bills or do you go participate in your child's education? My belief is that parents of all stripes want to do the right thing. They want to help their kids, they want to be involved in their life, but it's often too difficult for them to do so. When you go by many school sites, and I know I've done this before this bill came out, it looks like a scene from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It does, and it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. Nobody should have to choose between putting food on the table and being involved in their child's education. The genesis of this bill came from a working mother who has kids who just started in school, and she knows that when she goes by the school site, there's often a lot of parents who are there helping during the day. And her son said to her one day, "Mommy, why don't you care? Why don't you care enough to come by school?" And her mom works. Her mom works from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and it's not always easy to get that time off. And this follows the data as well. According to a recent study, less than a quarter of parents with annual incomes of $30,000 or less were very involved with their child's education. And not surprisingly, 66% of those parents surveyed referred to their work hours as a major obstacle.
Just last night, we ran into a situation in my house where I couldn't go to the science fair. I had to work, and that's, not fair to my daughter to not have me present in something that she created. She wants to see that I'm interested and not somewhere else. Work is important. We have to pay the bills, but there has to be a balance so that parents can be involved and help administration, help the teachers, because the teachers can't teach our kids alone. There's field trips. There's all these different things that are integral for our kids to develop and be healthy.
We understand that and equaling the playing field between employers and workers, it's a win-win. It's not a lose-win or a lose-lose. Employers win, parents win, children win.
By requiring that 24 of the 40 hours of family school leave are paid, AB 2405 will go far in increasing California parents' important involvement in their children's education. This small amount of paid leave would have an enormous positive impact on our parents, our children, and it would strengthen California families and vastly enhance the education of California's kids.
A child who grows up, who is not truant, who goes to college, who works hard and becomes a productive member of our society, that has profound benefits for society too that are impossible to quantify, in my opinion. This bill, Assembly Bill 2405, would update the Family Leave Acts in California, and it would give a modest amount of time, which is 3 paid days per year, for parents to get involved during daytime activities at a school. We think this is critical to having a more humane society. People out there will tell you that this can't happen and it can't work, but we point to Chile and Argentina and Germany and Austria and South Korea and countries that already have policies like this in place. Those are very successful countries. They are doing a lot of good and their parents are engaged, and it hasn't broken any banks. So we think it can happen here too. And I want to thank this wonderful, wonderful coalition of people who are helping us make it happen here. We are lobbying the Capitol, we are lobbying legislators, we are making sure that everybody knows how important this is to every community in the state.